you on the success of yesterday's event. It was a nice event. So today we'll discuss about Sistastakam, verse 8. It's a very deep slope. We try to keep that. Anybody can take Radha Madhav? Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja स्वयं रूप प्रदामय्यं ददाति स्वपदां वन्देहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुक्तपदकमलं श्रीगुरुर्वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्ते भक्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी विशुभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So we recite all the eight slokas, so you can recite with me. It's already there. चेतो दर्पण मार्जनम भवमहादावा निर्वापणम श्रीरकैरवचंडिका वितरणम विद्यावतु जीवनम आनंदाबुधिवर्धनम विपदम तन्तूणामुक्ता स्वादनम सर्वार्थसफलम पदम विजयते श्रीकृष्ण संकीर्तनम नामावकारि बहुधानि च सर्वशक्ति स्मरेण एतादृशीकपत्रिका भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवविद्रसमीरजनीनानुराग ऋणादपि सुनिचेन तरोरेव श्रीष्णुना मानिना मानदेन विपुल्या सदा नाजनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीशकामिने मम जननी जननीश्वरे बहुतार्थतीर्थहेतुकीर्तिः एनन्ततनूज किं करं पतितामापि शमे भवाम्बुधो कृपालपङ्कज स्थितितुभिः सत्संचिन्तया नयनं गलश्रुधारया वदनं गद्गदरुजया गिरा पूर्वेण चितं वपूर्वदा तव नाम ग्रहेण भविष्यति युगायितं निमिषेण चक्षुषा प्रकाशायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दप्रणेन मे आश्लिष्य वा पार्वतां पुनष्टमाम् अर्धसनं वरं हतं करोतु वा यथा विद्यातुलं पडवो मत्प्राणनाथांसुरेव न पर हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So today we will cover this topic, so sister structure. So what is meant by sister structure? You might have already completed, but still go through, so it's better to keep ourselves reminded every time. Then we will give some background about sister structure. Then we discuss the benefit of reciting. Right? Everybody is a modern world, right? Everybody is what is for me, what is there for me. Right? So what is the benefit we are getting by reciting the sister structure? So prayers. Then we do classification of sister structure verses. So to be technical, we'll go a little bit in detail. Then understanding the sister to sloka 8, that is total surrendering to Krishna. Then we'll jump to. So siksha means instruction. Astak means 8. Right? So there are 8 verses. So Lord Chaitanya has not taken too many books or anything else, but 8 words. This 8 words is like from the base to the topmost. So for the neophyte devotee, the devotee with the Brahma stage. So how it goes, it's very, very important to understand. And we'll see instruction, the direction, order, teaching, falling for compliance. So instruction doesn't mean that okay, I hear, I heard, I recite, but I don't follow. Instruction means we have to follow. So that is important. Otherwise, okay, I know sister structure, I read many times, I do, I read every day morning, but the main purpose is to follow the instruction. So chanting and memorizing sister structure is not enough. It's good, but it's not enough. You should follow the instructions. So sister verses are given in Chaitanya Charitamrita. See, we have to understand it. It is given in Anta Lila, chapter 20. So, 20 verses. 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 So, 20 speaking, he was basically experiencing the taste, the marrow of the verses. And he was discussing this only with a very close associates, because after 7, 8 slokas, they are very, very confidential. So he was just discussing with his close associates like Sarup Damodar Goswami and Ramananda Rai. Then sometimes he recite verses from Jayadeva Goswami's Gita Govinda, from Srimad Bhagavatam, from Krishna Ramanandai's Jagannath Nata, or from Tiruvamalur Thakur's Krishna. Because so absorbed in the Western mood of Srimati Radharani. So he was going to Mahabhav of Radharani. He experienced it, because as we all know, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself in the mood of Radharani. So he was getting into this mood, so he's experiencing what he is speaking. For the last 12 years, he was residing in Jagannath Puri, and he was first. Then he has stopped preaching. Before that, he was like going to different places and he was preaching. But last 12 years, he was like just meditating on the verses of Srimad Bhagavatam on our shastras and just releasing the nectar with his close association. And then he released the taste of reciting such transcendental verses. So out of 48 years, 12 years he passed in, like he was in Jagannath Puri. And then Chaitanya Charitamrita is basically compilation of his pastime by Krishnadas Goswami. And these slokas are in Antyalila, which is like the last verse, last chapter, chapter 20 of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Now, why reciting? What is there for me? That is question most of the modern times are like. Some kids also will say the same thing. Okay, you do to chant one note. Why? What is the purpose? Right? Why I should chant? What I will get? So Krishnadas Goswami says that Prabhuya Sisthasta Sloka Ei Pade Sune Krishna Prema Bhakita Ei Pade Dhire Dhire. So he's saying that Prabhuya Sisthasta Sloka, that is Prabhu means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sisthasta Sloka, Ei means anybody who pade, who recites, or sune, or hear, then what will happen? Krishna Prema Bhakti. It arose the Krishna's Prema Bhakti day by day. So when we recite day by day, Krishna's Prema will arose in our heart. Now, everybody know that what are the stages of devotional service, like steps of devotional service. Sorry, I will ask little questions, right? So it will help me, right, how deep I can go. They are all of them. So first stage is Shraddha, faith. Right? So if somebody comes to temple, he has some faith, otherwise they will not come. Right? Somebody comes to otherwise nobody will come. There are lots of places to go, they will not come. So they have little faith. And that faith, attraction, basically it's attraction towards Krishna. So that faith is there. Once they come to temple, then what will happen? Associate with devotees. Right? We'll ask what you are doing, Prabhu, and then we'll mix up, and then networking or whatever it is. Then by doing that, slowly he say, okay, I also want to become like a devotee. And project Kriya, right? So you take initiation and you start performing the devotional service. After doing that, what will happen? Another nivritti. The unwanted change, unwanted attachment, or the material attachment is slowly go. After that, he becomes steady this time, right? Steady in the devotional service. After having steady in the devotional service, you get some ruchi or the taste of chanting the holy names. Rupa Goswami says, I want millions of millions of years to hear the nectar. But like for us, 16 down, we take feedback, oh, right, it's so much pain. Because we are not relishing the nectar, we are not enjoying chanting. So that, but it will happen one day when we reach the stage of ruchi. Sometimes it happens, like this stage is not like after completing one stage you go to like first grade, after finishing first grade you go to second grade, it's not like that. It's like it happens every time we change. Sometimes our round is very nice, we relish, sometimes it doesn't taste. So, but we don't stay in the steady bhava, right? Still bhava will not stay in that, because come down and go up. Then comes the asakti, asakti, deep attachment to the holy name, deep attachment to Krishna. Then the bhava arose. Bhava is compared to a so blossom rose is like a prem, and the bud of the rose is called bhava. So when the bhava is fully blossom, it's ultimately to prem or love. So now we understand the 9 stages. How? Why I'm going this? Because we have to understand how the Sishtastam slokas are classified. Then, what are the stages of devotional service? Anybody knows stages of devotional service? Anybody put this up, please? Okay. So there are basically 2 stages, you can say, sadhana bhakti and sadhya bhakti. Within sadhana bhakti, there is Vedic sadhana, whereas we have to follow rules and regulations. And we follow rules and regulations at the instruction of a guru, spiritual master, or senior devotees. So, okay, if I don't chant, right? Answer Mataji will ask, why are you chanting? Right? So then, okay, because out of fear of scripture, out of fear of senior devotee, out of fear of spiritual master, we chant or we.
Sasravanam Kirtana Vishnu Sravan, there is Navada Bhakti, 9 process of devotional service also included in that. Total there are 64 process of devotional service. Now we'll go and understand how each verse are classified into these different stages. So first sloka, Cheto Darpa Marjanam, is basically teaching us the congregational or glories of chanting the holy name. And it is basically arousing the Shraddha in a devotee. Then the second verse is releasing how one's to take up the chanting, how one's inability, right? One's inability, or why one is not chanting, right? It says all the glories involved in that, because Krishna Namakari Bodha Nija Sarva Sakti is Tattva. But because God's name or chant, holy name has everything in it, but why one is not inclined to chant? Why they are not taking the devotional service, right? Because of their unfortunate nature or their sinful activities they have performed before. That's why it is very difficult for them to chant. But if they come in the association of devotees, the process becomes very simple. They can immediately start, right? Because devotional service is already there, right? Krishna Bhakti is already in the heart of every living entity, but this cannot manifest, right? When the devotee sees another devotee, right, it comes in the association of devotees, then the dormant love for God will arise in the heart of the devotee, right? It's basically, it's not that Krishna is giving the devotional. Devotional service is already there. It's already there in the heart of a devotee, or any living entity for that matter. The third sloka is explaining the procedure of chanting the holy name. How to chant, right? And by chanting, how we should, what is our mood, right? Humble, then blades of grass, right? Most tolerant, amanina mandina. Don't expect any glory or pride for ours, but you glorify that person, right? So that is a process of procedure of chanting. In that mood, we should chant. So this second verse is basically including sadhu sangha, bhajan kriya, because sadhu sangha means the devotee is now coming to temple and he is associated with devotees. The love, like he has started chanting, so then is bhajan kriya. So he started chanting, and slowly when he keeps on chanting, it becomes anarth nivritti. This stage is very difficult to cross over. Many times devotees rotates around this stage, right? That's why many times we heard, right, the devotee says, okay, I'm chanting for 20 years, 15 years, but I don't get the taste or the love for Godhead, right? It experience for us also, right? Like we chant, but like, okay, this mechanical process of chanting, because I take vow from my Guru Maharaj that I will chant 16 rounds, okay, but once 16 rounds is finished, okay, tata, bye-bye, right? Because that love is not there. Otherwise, okay, why to waste time, right? Every time, whenever we get chance, we'll chant Krishna's name, right? But that is not happening because the taste is not present, and taste is not coming because we are still have some material desires. Anartha means unwanted things, right? So when the unwanted things disappear, then we'll taste the holy name, nectar of holy name. So when we do that, Tarnadapi Sunichena Taroresh Manina Mandena Kirtanya Sada Hari, right? Then once we are, that is a stage where Nishta comes, right? Then Kirtanya Sada Hari. Because we are now in a mood, humble and muk mood, so we will keep on chanting. Nobody has to tell us, but we will keep on chanting nicely. Then the fourth sloka is how to read oneself and retrieve material desires. How to get rid of the material desire and how to fix up our devotional service. It's called Ruchi. Then the soul, or we identify or we establish ourselves in our constitutional position, Jivara Sarupa and Krishna Das, right? So that stage will come, and then become asakta, we will become too much attached to the holy name, attached to the Supreme Lord, right? To a devotional service. All up to this stage is called sadhana bhakti. Right? Sadhana means tools, right? We use some tools, means we have to, there are 64 different limbs of devotional service. So by doing this, this all are called sadhana bhakti. And the second understanding of this called by reaching up to this stage, by up to sloka number 5 is Sambandha Gyan. Then the next verse sloka 6, is how one experiences the good fortune of coming closer to the Lord. Right? That's where bhava will come, right? That we'll understand that how we are close to Lord, and we have fixed up our spiritual identity, right? Basically, so See, we all are living entities, right? We have a material body. Similarly, we have a spiritual body too, right? So that spiritual body, we by media of Guru, will know our sthai bhav, or our spiritual body, right? The spiritual bhav. What was our original bhav, or what is our stage in this devotional service of bhakti to Krishna? That will understand. Sloka 7 explains the Vipralamba bhav. Vipralamba means, so prema is divided into two stages. So one is called union and the other is Vipralamba. Right? So the seventh sloka is Vipralamba bhav, the mood of separation after one obtains the required spiritual evaluation. Right? So we will feel that why we are like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is Krishna himself, but like in a mood of Radhana, he was experiencing that how come I am living without Krishna, right? I am not seeing Krishna, then how I can survive myself? Why I am not dying why I am not killing myself, right? Then again he'll say, I cannot kill because it's Krishna's body, right? So we cannot destroy, it's Krishna's property. But he has that feeling. That feeling will come when in a Vipralamba. So we cannot live separate from our beloved Lord. Then the last verse comes after how to obtain the highest perfection, a matter of finding one's absolute necessity of goal, right? So the topmost goal is Krishna Prem, and how we can attain that is a bhakti. So from verse 6 to 7 and 8, they are Prema Bhakti. And from 1 to 7 is Abhidaya, the process of devotional service, how to do devotional service. Anybody please can recite? So Aslisya means embracing with great pleasure. We'll go to translation. Let Krishna tightly embrace his maid servant who has fallen at his lotus feet, or let him trouble me, or break my heart by never being visible to me. He is debauchee after all, and can do whatever he likes, but still he alone and no one else is the worshipful Lord of my heart. So here is explained the mood of a devotee, pure devotee, right? That okay, whatever reverses happen, right? Krishna gives success or failure, but will stick to the Krishna's lotus feet. It's very elevated slok, so I will not go too much into detail, right? But we'll just touch the principle. So from this sloka, what we can understand, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's bhava was very exalted, so we cannot reach to that bhava. Okay, somebody maybe you have that, but I am not, right? So I will not explain that. But how we can follow this, right? That okay, when we come to temple, we have expectation that some devotee will call me, or I will get seva, or whatever. But if we don't get, right, because we have, as soon as we enter the temple, whatever designation we have to leave outside, right? When we remove our shoes, at that time we should remove our whatever our title, our designation, or whatever, right? So and whatever service we get, that's okay. If you don't get, that's okay, but will not stop coming to temple. That is what the mood of here, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is explaining, that whatever happens, whether I get success or failure, whether Krishna embraces me or he hates me or he kicks me, but I will not leave him. He is my worshipful deity. I will not leave him. So that is what our mood is, the same mood, like okay, that wherever we associate, like Bhakti Viksha, we are going to Bhakti Viksha, right? And sometimes difference opinion happens between devotees. It's not that okay, your way or my way, right? Highway or my way or whatever, right? So it's not like that. We should stick to the association of devotees. That is what we have to learn from verse 8. So this verse is the greatest medicine for the devotees, right? We have to prepare for the worst. Okay, I'm chanting 16 rounds, I did my mala, I did arti, everything, and I'm going on a highway and somebody hit me from the back. कृष्णा क्या कर दिया? Our bhakti डामाडोल हो जाती, right? Our faith in Krishna is like a flicking, right? That okay, what happened? Yeah, I'm chanting, the other person, nobody is chanting, they are happy. We are chanting, but still we are not happy. We are COVID, I lost my job. Right? My neighbor, he is doing our nonsense, and still he is promoted. No, any reverses happen, we have to understand that Krishna will never do anything wrong to his devotees. He has promised that in Bhagavad Gita, right? Kunte pati jana hi name bhaktya panasya, right? He says that my devotee will never perish. He has guaranteed. Then we should have firm faith in Krishna that whatever he does for the best. Right? Whatever he do, he do for the best. So we should be prepared for worst. If something wrong happens, okay, accept it as a Krishna's blessing, Krishna's mercy. In attempting to connect ourselves with the infinite Lord, Krishna, we must remember that he is infinite. We have to understand that Krishna is infinite. And it's not that if we are chanting or we are loving God, he is bound to love us. No. He is Swarat, right? So, like Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj says that don't try to see God. Do something that God will see you. So similarly, we should not like, okay, I want to see God, or like, how can I realize true love of God? No, we have to do our activities, whatever is prescribed. We should do that, and let God. Once the God will realize that, okay, God will see that, okay, this devotee is nice, and then he will pick you up. We have to understand that he has millions and millions of liberated souls serving him. We are Baddal, like a Baddha Jeev, but in Golok Vrindavan, he has millions and trillions, unlimited devotees serving him. So he is not like a hankering for our love, but we should be hankering for his love. While performing devotional service, we must always remember that Krishna is Swarat, fully independent. So like if we are loving Krishna, it does not mean that Krishna will love us. We are serving we are doing bhakti, our devotional service very nicely. It doesn't mean that whatever we think Krishna will do. He is not bound by our activities, right? Like we take an example of Damodar Leela, right? Yashoda Ma was like she was pure devotee of Krishna, and she was trying hard to bind Krishna, but she was not able to bind. Right? So we have to wait for Krishna's mercy, right? Because two fingers short. One is our endeavor, our working hard. We have to do our devotional service, whatever we are supposed to do, we should do, right? And we should wait for Krishna's mercy. That one day, because he is not bound by, he is not obliged to do anything for us. But when we serve him nicely, he becomes okay, my devotee is serving so nicely, let me give some mercy, right? Then he will come available to us. Then we have caught hold of his holy feet with great hopes. That's what we have to realize, that we sincerely serve Lord, we have sincerely hold his lotus feet. Then someday, one day, Krishna will be, we will be successful, and Krishna will grant his love to us. Not to expect anything in for our services, right? So, like Prahlad Maharaj says that when Narasimha appeared and he says, okay, after killing Hiranyakashipu, he says, okay, Prahlad, what you want? He said, I am not a businessman, I am not a banya. I am not here to do trade with you. No, I don't want to do anything from you. Right? So similarly, we should not expect anything or just for in the service of Krishna, in exchange of service of Krishna. We should do everything for Krishna's pleasure. Tat sukhe sukhidvam, tat dukhe dukhitam, iti pratilakshanam. That is the symptom of love. If we are loving God, then we'll do whatever he said. Right? If we're loving our Guru Maharaj, then whatever he said, Prabhupada, if we're loving his Prabhupada, whatever he said, we'll do. Right? If we are not doing that, means we are not loving him. Right? Take an example of like gopis. Right? They were ready to give the dust of light. One day, Narad Muni came to Dwarka, and he said, Krishna, okay, who is your pure devotee? Krishna said, gopis are my pure devotees. How come? So okay, let's taste them. So he becomes sick. Krishna becomes sick. His headache. He has too much headache. So Narad Muni said, what to do? So go and ask my queens, right? That to give the my medicine is one thing, that if they can give the dust of the lotus feet and then rub my head, my headache will go. So then they went to the queen, Narad Muni. The queen said, no, His Supreme Lord, how can we give? We will live perpetually in the hell. We don't want to. Then Narad Muni went slowly to different grades of devotees, and then he went to Vrindavan, to gopis. Said, okay, what happened? Krishna is sick, he has headache. What is the remedy? Remedy is that if somebody can give his devotee, some of his devotee gives the dust of their lotus feet, and Krishna puts on his head, and then his headache will go. Gopi said, okay, don't worry, take whatever you want, we'll give. And Narad Muni said, you know who is Krishna and what will happen? He said, yeah, we are ready to go perpetually into hell if Krishna gets a moment of happiness. Okay? So that's what the feeling should be. Normally we have exchange when we say love is, we think that okay, when we love Krishna, Krishna has to give something, right? I'm chanting 16 round, so in return it is my right to get something. But it is not like that. Krishna is Swarat, independent. It is up to him. Okay, he has guaranteed, but that doesn't mean that we'll not do and we'll expect something. We should not expect. But he will always take care of his devotees. That is the bottom line. Our attitude of surrender should be just like that of a chatak bird. Chatak bird is a kind of a bird. He drinks water when the rain comes, first rain of the first season. Like he will take the drop of water from directly coming from the clouds onto his mouth. If the rain doesn't fall, he will not drink the water. He will not go to pond and drink water. He will die just to wait, and he will wait, but if he dies, that's fine, but he will not drink any other water. Similarly, we should be firmly fixed in Krishna's service. Not that today Krishna not happen, okay, then Ram nothing happening, Ganpati nothing happening, Lord Shiva nothing happening, something else, right? That, no. We have to be Ananya Bhakta, means nobody else, only Krishna. We should be like, our attitude of surrender should be like that of our Chatak bird. So, what is Saranagati? When we come, so when we stop, 6 o'clock? 6:15. Okay, so 5 minutes I have, then we can. So, Saranagati. Because that is explaining basically the Saranagati of Lord, right? How we can surrender to Lord. So there are 6 principles of Saranagati: Anukula Sankalpa, Particular Varjanam, Rakshitoito Vishwaso, Gupta Varnam Tata, Atmanikshan, Karpanya, Sadvidhi, Saranagati. So Anukula Sankalpa, we should accept whatever is favorable in devotional service. And then Particular Varjanam, whatever is not favorable in devotional service, we should give it up. Now somebody can say, what is meant by what is favorable? How I know what is favorable to devotional service? So Rupa Goswami explains in Nectar of Instruction, Updesha Amrit, verse 3, what should be done, right? What is good or what is favorable? Utsaya Nishya Dherya Tat Tat Karma Sangatyaga Satovite Sadbir Bhakti Prasiddhati. So these 6 factors are favorable to devotional services. That we should be utsayan, we should be very, very enthusiastic. As Mataji say Hare Krishna, right? We are enthusiastically Hare Krishna. So that enthusiasm should be there. Then Utsayan Nishchat, we should be firmly fixed that what the devotional service is right. Dheryat, and we should have patience, right? Sometimes some devotees progress very fast. Like it happens, like we have might have seen, like we have 2 devotees came to ISKCON Harrisburg first time. One devotee is taken first initiation, second is the other devotee is still chanting 16 rounds, struggling to chant 16 rounds. It happens, but we should understand that devotee who is chanting slowly he will come to 16 rounds and he will also take all the initiations. it takes time. It depends upon how much conditioning we have. If you have more conditioning, like if disease is very strong, then it needs little time to recover, right? To cure. But it will happen for sure. So we should have patience. We should do patiently whatever we are doing. Chant 16 rounds, slowly, everything will come and it will happen. Tat tat karma pravartanat. Then we should do the devotional service, whatever our previous acharyas have said. Right? It's action, it's activity, right? Anyabilasa sunyam jnana anavritam anukulena anusilanam, right? So anusilanam means it's a cultivation of devotional service. Devotional service is an activity, right? So we should be involved in the activity of devotional service. Active devotional service means distribution books, right? Associating devotees, chanting Krishna's name, glorifying Krishna's name. All these activities, cooking prasadam, distributing prasadam, all this should be done. Right? If we don't do, then like somebody can say that, okay, I have Krishna, I have deities at home. So what is the point in going to temple? So we have to understand that the railway, if a train is there and the bogies, and the compartments are joined to the engine, then as long as engine is going, the bogies or the compartment will go. But if the compartment is separated from the engine will go in compartment, after some time it will stop. Same thing will happen to a devotees who think that what is the point of going to temple? I can stay, I have deities at home and I worship my deities, I will do Mangala Arti, all Artis, I do Abhishek and everything, why to go to temple? But this exactly will happen. After some time, they will fall down. Fall down means they will stop doing the devotional service because the encouragement will not get. Enthusiasm. In association devotees, we get inspired by each other. And that's how we progress in Krishna consciousness. So, Sangatyagat. Sangatyagat means a Satsangtyagat. Okay, when we say Sangatyagat, it doesn't mean that giving up the association of devotees. No, giving up the association of material minded people. That is called Satsangtyagat. And then Satovrite, following the footstep of previous acharyas. Then Patikulena Varjanam, we have to give up the things which are unfavorable to devotional service. So Rupa Goswami, again we have to go to verse 2 of Nectar of Instruction. Atyara prasasya pajalpo niyamagra janasangasya lolyamsya sadbir bhakti vinasyati. So these 6 things. So Atyahara means collecting or eating too much than necessary. So what happens if we are collecting too much, then our whole time will be wasted in working for that. And we are eating Atyahara. If we eat too much, then we have a nice sleep. Then we will not have time to do the devotional service. So Atyahara prayasascha. Too much endeavoring, right, to get something which is not possible, right? Somebody say, I want to become Bill Gates. No, one Bill Gates is one, right? So we cannot become one Bill Gates. But somebody works so hard like donkey, he will not reach to his goal. So unnecessary over endeavoring should not be done, right? Whatever 8 hours we do and whatever Krishna has arranged everything, right? Isavasyam idam sarvam. Whatever our quota is fixed and we will not get a penny more or penny less than our quota. Whether we work 24 hours a day, whatever we are supposed to get, that only we'll get. We have to fix that. We'll not get single penny more than that. So 8 hours, okay, whatever, because we are grasta, we have to maintain the family of Krishna conscious devotees, because husband, wife, children, they are all Krishna conscious, so they are devotees. So we have to maintain them, right? We have to support them. So we have to do whatever our professional work we have to do, but for 8 hours. No overtime. 8 hours, that's it. Then Pajalpo, gossiping, right? Even in the temple. Right? So that is not, Pajalpa is, we should avoid Pajalpa. Then Niyamagraha or Agraha. Niyamagraha means attached to unnecessary things. So suppose, take an example, if somebody is going from Harrisburg to Vrindavan, right? So they will reach Delhi early morning, and then they reach to Vrindavan, say 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, Mangala Aarti is going on 4:30. So okay, now I have to take bath. By the time I take bath, the Mangala Aarti has gone, right? Because it's time, there is no time. So what we should do? What we should do? We should take a bath and then attend temple, or we should go to temple and attend the Mangala Aarti. We should attend the Mangala Aarti. Because Rupa Goswami has given the example, he has given the principles and the detail. So detail may be different things, but we have to follow the principle. Principle is that we have to go to the temple. That is the principle. So bath we can take and use, but that doesn't mean that okay, every day I will attend Mangala Aarti without bathing, right? That is also not good. That okay, every day I will go. Mangala Aarti is there because it's said that we don't have to follow the principle. We have to follow the principle, not the detail. So I will go to temple without taking bath. No, that is not. The exceptional circumstance principle is that we have to attend Mangala Aarti, and sometimes if it's not possible to take bath, then we can go direct to the Mangala Aarti. Is one example. Then Janasangha. Janasangha is again worldly minded people, right? So as soon as worldly minded people, stockbroker get together, they will talk about stock only. Apple has gone up, right? Microsoft got down today, right? Let's say businessmen, if they're doing say business, they will talk about that, right? So that's why when we come in the association of devotees, because there is no other topic, right? We don't know who is hockey player, ice hockey, we don't know, right? So we cannot discuss about that because we don't know that subject. How is the weather? Okay, we are not weathermen, okay, whatever comes to. So similarly, when we associate the devotees, the common topic is Krishna. So that's why instead of associating with the non-devotees, try to associate with the devotees. And it will help in progressing devotional service. Then lolium. We should have greed. Right? Greed is say two types of greed. One is greed to get more money, more wealth, nice car, nice bungalow. All this greed is not good. Right? It comes to the definition of atyahara. But lolium is good if you are anchoring for devotional service. That okay, today I got this service, tomorrow let me get something else, right? Hankering. But the hankering should be at certain point of time, right? We should not be too much, otherwise clash will happen. So that should also be not done, right? So we should restrict, we should know what is the limit, and we should have that limit for lolium. It's 6:05. As Krishna has given guarantee to us, right? Conclusion, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Saranam Aham Papebhyo Mokshami Mahasucha. Right? So Krishna is giving guarantee that Sarva Dharman Parityajyam. So Sarva Dharman Parityajyam, what's meant by Sarva Dharma Parityajyam means what we should give up. All type of religious practice. So we are doing religious practice, right? Sravanam Kirtanam, we should give up. So Krishna is saying that we should give up dharma of the body. There are two swadharma. Right? Swadharma means swadharma of our body and swadharma of ourself. We are not body, right? But the body has their own dharma. Right? Somebody is grahastha, somebody is sannyasi, somebody is so varna ashram dharma, any varna and ashram. Right? That ashram Krishna is saying that give up that dharma and accept the dharma. What is that dharma? Of soul, which is surrender to Krishna. Mam ekam saranam bhaja. Right? So that's saranam. Krishna, surrender to Krishna. That dharma we should accept. And he's saying ekam. Right? Krishna is saying mam ekam. So only to Krishna. Surrender only to Krishna. Right? Nobody else. Nobody else means somebody can say, okay, then we don't have to surrender to devotees. No, Krishna and devotees are not different. Right? So we should surrender to senior devotees also. But Krishna is saying that don't surrender to any other demigods. Right? Because we can surrender to demigods if they are Vaishnavas, right? But when we surrender to demigods, what happens? We started expecting our own material desires, right? That, okay, give me something, give me something. So that's why we should not associate. we should not worship demigods. Then Krishna is giving aham tvam sarvapapebhyo. Krishna is saying all sinful reaction I will take away. Do not fear. Right? So that guarantee again, konte pati janahi name bhaktya pranashyati. So Krishna is saying that don't worry, Arjuna, declare boldly that my devotees never perish. So today we learn about the Shishtashtam meaning, right? Background of Shishtashtam, how the prayers was given, what is the benefit for us, then classification of verses, and we understand the 8 verse, Aslisya vapadam marmatam karoto va yathatara vidyatulam padomat pranarastu swayeva napara. That the mood should be that we worship Krishna, we do whatever Krishna wants, but in return we don't expect anything from Krishna. Okay, that is the meaning of the last verse. Okay, thank you very much. Shishtashtak ki jai, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, aap sab bandhu ki jai. Anybody has any question? I have 5 minutes. Right, so.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much for a wonderful class and taking us through the journey. And you know, as like a train ride. So thank you so much for that wonderful journey. 2 questions. One is from me and one is from Dear Krishna. He's on the altar, so I'm taking his question. His question, Prabhu, is he asked, what all can we do to maintain our intention at topmost standards while executing services assigned to us?
What is it?
What all can we do to maintain our intention at topmost standards while executing services assigned to us?
Yeah, so we are servant of Krishna. That we should always maintain. That gives us, look, because if we are in whatever level of service, right, either become a temple president or a director or a GBC, right, whatever level, we are a servant of Krishna. That if we hold that principle in our heart, ego will not come in the picture, right? And we'll be fixed up in the service because we are always servant of Krishna. Whether we are new devotees, neophyte devotees, or Madhyam Adhikari, or whatever. Right? That firm faith or firm, we have to fix up in our mind that we are servant of Krishna. And servant of Krishna means servant of devotees also. It's not that, okay, I have just relation with Krishna and devotees, who are they? Not like that. As soon as we say Krishna and his devotees are not different, right? Krishna says that I am not different from my devotees. My devotees are those who are devotees of my devotees. My direct devotees are not my devotees, right? So we should become devotees of the Pad Kamalar Das Dasanudas. Right? So we have to make Dasanudas.
Am I on? Oh yes, thank you. My question, Prabhu, is that your first slideshow when you talked about instruction, it really hit me when you used, and I really liked when you used the word compliance, because I think it's so important that we really understand compliance. Can you shed some light, Prabhu, on that? You know, what are the pros and cons of not being in compliance with Prabhupada, please?
Yeah, so Prabhupada has given, like, you know, seven, if you know the 7 purposes of ISKCON, right? We should stick to that purposes. He has defined, he has given everything, right? How to do Aarti, how to sit on the Avyasasana, how to give class, right? Everything explained by him. If we try to deviate, like, you know, suppose I give one example, like one of my senior devotees in ISKCON, our temple, he has explained that suppose the plane is flying, right, at a 500, 600 miles hour speed, right? If the plane goes a fraction of a degree out, right, like suppose it has to go to 45 degrees angle, right, and by instead of 45 it goes to 46 degree, the destination will change, right? So similarly, if we try to deviate one thing from Srila Prabhupada's instruction, we'll go somewhere else. And we'll go means we'll take everything somewhere else instead. So that's why we should stick to what Prabhupada has said. That's why, like Mangalar, the rhythm also he said that we should not like change, sometimes the kirtan, there is also like a kirtan etiquettes, right? That when the play of kirtan is singing, one drum, like one mudanga player and one kartal player. It's not 10 kartal player and one mudanga, no. So these all standards are already established and we should follow, otherwise the deviation will lead us to somewhere else. So that's why the compliance should be there. And everybody should, we all should strike to that we maintain the standard of ISKCON. How we should basically take on Prabhupada's mission where he wanted to be, not where we wanted to be. Right? We should take to his mission where he wanted to be, right? In his own way, not in our way. So that we should hold it. Other thing is, take an example. Suppose doctor, I have pain in my chest, right? Doctor has given some medicine. He told me that you could take 2 medicine, one morning, evening. I said, no, I will take afternoon and night. Right? He told me that I could take without eating. I said, no, I will eat first and then I will take. The medicine will not work. So similarly, the process will not work if we are trying to do our own self. So Prabhupada says, the first business of a grahastha or a devotee is to chant 16 rounds. Right? So 16 rounds, okay, I will chant 16 rounds in the end of the night. So when I want to sleep, before that I will chant 16 rounds. Then what is the quality of that rounds? It will not help. Okay, Krishna's name, holy name has all potencies, so it will help, but it will not lead us, it will not help us to progress fast in Krishna consciousness. Right? So that's why the rules and regulations should be followed. And all rules and regulations are there in Nectar of Devotion, right? Rupa Goswami explain all the rules and regulations. And Prabhupada is very simply is A, B, C, D, E, right? So very simplified. But if you are deviating from Prabhupada's instruction, is very difficult, right? Just like a medicine won't work if he is not taken according to the doctor's prescription. So similarly, if you are not taking the instruction of Prabhupada and running any institution, it won't work. Like take an example of any commercial organization, right? They have mission statement. Right? If the mission statement means everything is rotating around that mission statement. If somebody is saying, no, the process is okay for take an example, AP, account payable, right? This okay, somebody has to, this is a limit, somebody will authorize the payment and the payment will be made. Somebody says, okay, limit is over, authorize. Then the company will not, it will run in the losses, right? So similarly, if you are not following the guidelines given by Prabhupada and GBC, if you are not following, it will not help. Instead, it will lead us back instead of progressing further. Hope I answered. Anybody has any other question? I don't have time, I guess. Yes, I have time. It's 6.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yeah, so like Vastu, like Harinam is like, if we drink milk, thinking as water, but milk has its own potency, right? So it will help. Similarly, Harinam has its own potency. So it will help, but if you are doing aparadhas, right, then it will not help. Right? So aparadha means biggest aparadha or offense is inattentive chanting. We are chanting, but our mind is going everywhere, or WhatsApp chanting, or WhatsApp going on and we chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So inattentive chanting. When we do that, because inattentive chanting is the mother all 10 offenses. There are 10 offenses, Nam Aparadha, right? 10 offenses. The 11th one is inattentive chanting. That is the Janani or the mother of 10 offenses. So if we are chanting inattentively, all other things follow. First thing will happen is, we'll think that I am the great devotee of Krishna and others are Lallu Panju. Right? Then what will happen? We'll try to offending the devotees. And that will, the root cause of fall down for the devotee. Even we chant here, forget about 16 rounds, we chant 64 rounds, but you are offending the devotees of Krishna. Krishna will never like. Right? He says that I am paradhino, I am dependent on my devotees. Like in, right, so That's why we should be very careful that we don't offend the devotees. Otherwise, even the Lord's name is very potent, but still it will not help. Because Krishna, if you offend to Krishna, Hari Naam Aprade, Tara Hari Naam. Tavasthane Aprade, Nahi Paritran. Right? So Hari Naam, if by mistake we offend deities of Krishna, right, or Krishna himself, Hari Naam will take care of it. He will mitigate the offense. But we offend the devotee of Krishna, Nahi Paritran. We will not get any Krishna, Hari Naam, Prabhu will not help us. Right? So even we chanting, it will not help. That is the root cause. Many times it happens that we are chanting since many long time, but the nectar or we are not tasting. Root cause, if we analyze, the root cause is offending the devotees of Krishna. And if you go further detail, it is inattentive chanting. Okay. It's 6:20. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvashesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vashadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vashadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vashadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Gauranga. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribol. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol. Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol. Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol. Go Premanande, Srila Prabhupada ki. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parigvaracharya Stotra to Shri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parigvaracharya Stotra to Shri Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Maharaj ki jai. Vedanta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki jai. नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव शादी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपी गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद गिरिध गोवर्धन की जय। श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। श्री मायापुर धाम की जय। जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। यमुना माई की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की सामवेद भक्त वृंद की जय। Nitai Gaura Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Namaste Narasringhaya. Namaste Narasringhaya. Praladhaladayine. Praladhaladayine. Hiranyakasipu vakshaha. Hiranyakasipu vakshaha. Silatankanakalaye. Silatankanakalaye. Yato nishringho parato nishringho. Yato nishringho parato nishringho. Yato yato yamitato nishringho. Yato yato yamitato nishringho. Bahi nishringho hridaye nishringho. Bahi nishringho hridaye nishringho. Nashrimamadim saranam prapade. Nashrimamadim saranam prapade. Tavakara kamalavare nakama butta shringham dalita hiranyakasipu tanu bringam keshavadrita narahari rupa jayo jagadi shahare. Jayo Jagadish Hare. Jayo Jagadish Hare. Tava kara kamalavare nakam abhuta shringham dalita hiranyakasipu tanu bringaham keshavadrita narahari rupa jayo jagadisha hare jayo jagadisha hare jayo jagadisha hare. Jayo Nashringadev, Jayo Nashringadev, Nashringadev, Jayo Nashringadev. Jayo Nashringadev, Jayo Nashringadev, Nashringadev, Jayo Nashringadev. Jaya Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad. Jaya Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad. Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol. Nrsimhadev Bhagavan ki jai, Prahlad Maharaj ki jai, Nittai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. I was thinking, do we have a choir outside? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki. Want to thank Prabhu again for a wonderful class. Radha Gopinath Prabhu. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for giving us your association and your family's association. We hope that you keep coming. Well, you have to because your daughter is here. So that's a good bait. So please do come visit us more often. We would love to have more and more of your association. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Few announcements. Firstly, we want to thank the devotees for yesterday's festival. It was definitely an awesome, awesome turnout. Really, really awesome. I want to thank the youth boys for a wonderful Mridanga presentation. They were definitely, like the spot on, like the opening act of the whole thing. So thank you for setting the mood. Thank you for setting the mood and everything else. It just floats so nicely. Thank you so much. And thank the youth girls for your performance. You guys rocked it. They had to dance on the bare road. It's not easy. It's not easy. But even through that, they put a smile on their faces. And that was really, I'm sure they must be limping today, expected. But that is austerity, right? Without austerity, service is not fruitful. There has to be some suffering. Then we really understand the sweetness of how difficult it is to get to Krishna. I was having a discussion with one devotee a few days ago. And again, from what Prabhu was mentioning in his class, sometimes to come to the temple, be like, oh my God, 20 minutes drive. I have to come out of the house and get in the car and drive 20 minutes. Just to come to the temple, we give up so many excuses. But we have gone through 20 lifetimes or more to get to Krishna. Forget the 20 minutes. So the 20 minutes shouldn't be the excuse, We have to really want to come to the temple, want to come to be with the devotees, because it's not an easy road back to Godhead. It takes some time. So all of you did an awesome job. And to all the Matajis, thank you for a wonderful feast. We were fed very well. We were very well nutritioned and nourished, so thank you so much. I want to thank the Harinam team for holding the fort. They did a good job. And especially for the women who were dancing, I think that really attracted the devotees. It was really, really nice. And I think, we got a lot of attention this time. Prabhupada's mercy, Lord Chaitanya's holy name, it's all over. So we got a good highlight. And the book team, thank you so much. They actually distributed 86 books. They ran out of the Science of Self-Realization before we left, I think like by mid-afternoon, and they ran out of the book called Perfection of Yoga. So time for a new order. Put in a new order, yes. So thank you all so much. It was definitely a wonderful festival. And we got a lot of attention, as we said. And what was, for me personally, what was nice was we got visitors, devotee visitors from Gitanagari. I don't know how many of you have seen. There were 2 white body devotees. And for me, it was very nice because I go back almost 20, many years with them in Gitanagari. And when I was talking to Burbrit Prabhu, he's actually a proper disciple. We were very fortunate to have a proper disciple with us yesterday for about 2 hours. And we were discussing, we were just catching up on old times, and I was telling about this Prabhupada's Vyasasan here. And he told me, Anasuya, he says, is that the one from Philadelphia? I said, yes, Prabhu, that's the one that Prabhupada sat on. He says, you know what, Anasuya? I sat before that Vyasasan with Prabhupada sitting on the Vyasasan, and I got my initiation. That's what we have here. So we are very, 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 very blessed to have this amazing Vyasasan that Prabhupada sat on in 1975 in Philadelphia. So so we were very, very blessed. So you all owe yourselves a big round of applause for wonderful. I'm sure we had a wonderful evening. I hope you all got some sleep last night. I know my leg was limping this morning, so thank you all so much. We have a few announcements. One is because yesterday was definitely, the Ice and Fire Festival, but it was also an all-day chant for the Ukraine situation. We want to express the devotees and request, please continue your prayers. It is not getting easy for the devotees, for the local people. It's not getting easy. It's getting really, really hard. And Krishna's arrangement, many of the devotees are getting access to get out. People, actually not just devotees, trying to get out of the country to go to Hungary and Poland. And Poland and Hungary have so many devotees, and they're able to feed Food for Life. I mean, they are giving out prasadam in people, crashing in subway stations, like animal shelters. It's really, really sad. So let's continue praying, and whenever we chant, let's think about the Ukraine devotees. Let's think about the Ukraine people. They are really going through some tough times, and it's not over, but we can keep on praying. The best we can do is just pray for them. They are also accepting donations because Ukraine devotees, hungry devotees, they need as much help as we can give them for them to continue Food for Life, to feed the people. Not only are they feeding the people, but they're also giving them clothes. And they're giving them diapers for the babies. So it is really, really bad. So if anyone is able to give some donation, please do come and see me. I do have a connection. We have a very secured connection within ISKCON in North America, that it goes through an ISKCON temple, which is New Vrindavan, and it goes straight to one devotee in Ukraine, and he's distributing it. So it's very, very secured. We don't want devotees to just send anywhere and not know where it's going. So please, if you would like to donate, please do come see me. Anything would help them because they are definitely in need of anything we can give them, anything. So do keep them in your prayers. And last week I announced that Josh's wife went through surgery. Her surgery was successful, very successful. She's healing very nicely at home. She's at home right now. She got discharged on Friday. They are doing very well, and he's asking devotees to please continue the prayers, but his wife is definitely on the road to recovery. So it's really nice that we're able to do something small for them, you know. That was really nice. And he really texted me and he says, you know, Anusya, I can feel the power of the prayer. So we just got to go on with our chanting and our praying. So our next festival is Gaur Purnima. And that's on? And what day is that? Haribol! That's one of my favorite festivals, Lord Gauranga. I love him. He's just, you know, very, very, very merciful, really, really merciful, and really, really kind. So it falls on a Thursday, and like we mentioned last week, that we could use as much help as we can get. And this is a Lord Chaitanya spiritual challenge, that if we want to get extra blessings, extra mercy, extra service, please come and see me. Because there's a lot of cooking to do for the Lord, and it's Ekadasi, so we know how austere it is to cook for Ekadasi. It's not simple rice, dal, and that's about it. It's pretty austere. So any help that you can offer, please do. If any of you are able to take, what do they call it? PTO, right? Paid time off. Best time to use it. The best time to use paid time off is Vaishnava holidays. Best time. In fact, every year I lose my PTO because I don't use it. I just use it for festivals, and every year I lose 2 weeks. So this year I said I'm going to be selfish and use it for everything. That way I don't lose it. So if you want to join me on the same boat, please. We could definitely use a lot of help. We need help in cooking, definitely. We need help in cleaning. We need help in getting ready for the Abhishek. We need help in vacuuming the temple room and Windexing. It's just like Gundicha Marjana, right? Lord Chaitanya, the Lord himself, personally, cleaned the temple, not once but twice, because he wanted to make sure that it's really, really, really clean. So if we can do that extra blessing and the extra service by being, you know, by being present the whole day on Gaur Purnima, please do come see me, because we could use as much help as we can get. And the temple will be open on Gaur Purnima day from 1 p.m. on. So if anyone, like I said, you know, if you would like to come early, I will be here from 1 p.m. on. Preparing for Gaur Purnima. So if any can take a day off, want to come hang out with me down in the kitchen to do service, we'll have a jolly good time preparing for Gaur Purnima. So please do come see me. Another festival that's coming up, not a festival per se, but we are starting Kirtan in the Park in Reading. I am reminding dear Krishna Prabhu again. It's something new that we want to start this year. And we really want to go back to the simple basics of life, what Prabhupada said with us. You know, Prabhupada just came and just sat in the park, just chanted. Whoever came, came. Whoever danced, danced. He didn't matter. And that's what we want to do. Sometimes we make our lives so complicated, but it's very, 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 very simple. So, dear Krishna Prabhu, whenever you're ready, your date is April 9th, which is the day before Ram Navami. Even more powerful. So please, we are asking the Harrisburg devotees, please do make yourself available on April 9th, Saturday, to drive down to Reading. If you need to carpool, there are many of us in this area. We can all go have a jolly good time in Kirtan in the Park in Reading, and come back and enjoy a next day with Ram Navami. This is the bliss of Krishna consciousness. There's never a bore moment. It's always party time. We had a party yesterday. We're having a party now. That's party. That is how Krishna keeps us in line, in track. We have got to stay on this straight railroad track. We shouldn't go off here. We just got to stay on that. And that's the beauty of Krishna consciousness, you know, just having a good, jolly good time. And I think I'm missing one more announcement. I just want to quickly check my notes here. I feel I am, but then again, I'm may be wrong. Give me one quick second if I can just pull it up. And yes, just a humble reminder to the devotees to please join our Bhagavatam classes in the morning. It's still continuing. We are not going to stop it. It's such nectar. Varsha and I always have a good time. Me and Mamina, it's pure nectar. So please do join us 8 to 9, Monday through Friday, Bhagavatam classes given by senior devotees, and Bhagavad Gita circle classes at night, Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 6 to 6:30. So please do not forget to join us, just log on, because sometimes we have so many excuses, like Prabhu was saying, we have so many excuses. We just got to make time for this little time and make an adjustments in our lives. So please, and if you don't have the link, please do come and see me. We will add you in the link. And if you'd like to be added onto our e-bulletins that come out twice a week, that keeps you informed of our events every week, please do come see me, and we will sign you up for the e-bulletins too. Until then, thank you all for being part of this wonderful Sunday program. And prasadam will be served downstairs. Please do see the deities, and Srila Prabhupada ki.